The jewel song from Faust. Sweet, innocent Marguerite has her head completely turned by the sudden dazzle that's appeared in her poor little room. Marguerite, a role which Victoria de Los Angeles has probably sung more times than any other, the one they most wanted to see her in when she was a star of the Metropolitan Opera in New York in the 50s. But she was a star everywhere, with a voice in a million, with a way of becoming the heroines she sang, Mimi, Madame Butterfly, that just melted the heart. And she's still melting the heart. She's still singing in her 70th year, though it's concerts now, concert song recitals. Victoria de Los Angeles, what do you think when you look back to the beginning? Are you amazed at how far you've travelled?
I was from a very simple family. Never we went to see opera, never. And I had begun to study music just because my sister took me. She said, this afternoon we are going to the conservatory of the Liceo. You must learn how to sing. Everybody says it's beautiful voice. And I went when I was 12 years old, just in the beginning of the war. And the teacher there was Mercedes Plantada, a wonderful singer of Catalan, wonderful singer there. And when she heard me, she said, yes, you can study, but how old are you? I said, well, 12-year-olds. No, too early. You must come when you are 15, something like that. So when the war was finished, my sister said, now you are 15 and a half. I take you again to the conservatory. So there was Dolores Frau, and she heard me in a vocalize, and she went up from the seat and disappeared. And I said to my sister, what is happening? What I have done? This lady has left the room so quickly. What is I don't know. We were very upset. And she came again with the director of the conservatory. And she said to him, look, you must hear this girl. She has the voice already with impostation. I mean, this is a voice completely done. I mean, it is
ready.
Ready. And so yes, you must begin to study in the conservatory. So it was done. And so after that, my sister took me to this contest in the radio. And it was such a triumph. I sang the Mimi aria, and it was such a triumph. They came from the radio to my home. Everybody around me, where you are born? How old are you? With whom are you studying? It was such like a film, you know, like a film. And I became famous in Barcelona.
Puccini's La Boheme, which became another classic Victoria de Los Angeles role. That was recorded in 1954. She's an interesting character too. Mimi's at once shy and self-effacing, and yet she must be quite a determined girl because she's living on her own, working as a dressmaker, and of course she knows she has consumption and won't have long to live. But how exciting it must have been to be given real performances as your prize from that radio competition, because that really transformed your life. It opened out opportunities that otherwise you mightn't have had.
I was having 75 pesetas each time that I was singing in the radio once a month. And so it was a lot for my family. And that, the question of helping the family, it became to me a duty.
Take us back a few more years. So your father was working in the university.
Oh, university helped me as a quality as a building, because even if I was from a humble family, I was not living in a a small street, a dirty street, or in a horrible house. No, I had a complete castle. I went to the university, all places in the university, all classrooms. I was singing all the time. In the Sundays when nobody was there, the whole day I was singing, looking for the acoustics, because I used to hear a lot of myself, how to make sounds. And I was looking always for where I had a resonance. My father began as a gardener, a help as a gardener when he was 15-year-old. And after he was in the laboratories, cleaning all the test tubes and when cleaning the laboratory, he was, it was fantastic, my father. Like taking me out and saying, look, you are going to see first time with me the stars. Since I was a child, I was something for my father very special.
His favorite.
Yeah, his favorite. He used to say, if Victoria wants to be someone in anything, she will be. She can be. She believed very much in me. And my mother, she was also a cleaning woman since 5 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock.
At night?
Yes, night. And I used to cry because I had a little window in my bedroom that if you go to the floor, you could see the whole cloister. And I was seeing all these women. In that time, they go to the knees.
On their knees, yes.
On the knees, yes. So, and I see them cleaning, and my mother singing. Because the others used to say, Victoria, it was the same name as Victoria, why you don't sing us a song during our cleaning? So you could hear my mother singing and cleaning, singing and cleaning. And I used to cry, to see my mother like that. It was terrible.
But it was very difficult at times because there was hardly any money, wasn't there?
Yes. But my parents were very much alive always, very happy people with faith. So I will hear my mother crying, for instance, in a room, next room, talking to my father. We don't have money for the tomorrow to buy something for tomorrow. And my father always saying, don't you worry, tomorrow I will find. So we never had a sad house. Maybe you go to bed without eating only coffee and milk, but you don't realize it. And maybe you were very cold, no heat, but it was not so terrible as it could have been if my parents would have been sad people. They were always with faith that nothing is going to happen. So I think my infant days, as a child, has been wonderful.
It sounds as though it was a fantastic foundation.
I think so. It has been a teaching for me because when I went to bed, always I was thinking, most of all, to be good. I was crying. You're always saying, I want to be very good. I want to be very good. Maybe because I want to be so good as my parents, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting, you look back and you see, why are you like you are today, And
I suppose for that, the roles that I have sung, the ones that I have always had, one of success has been the Mimis, the Butterflies, the Marguerite, all the sweet parts, the tender ones, the romantic parts. So something of myself are there.
Said somewhere that you felt you really were Butterfly.
Oh, yes. Yes, because you don't have time to think that you are not Butterfly also. You are always in the stage. And this oriental ambience, takes you on another part of the world, and depends of how you are. It's so many great moments, also vocally. I mean, you can span so well your phrases, and these static kind of phrases, they are so impressive. They are so well written. I mean, Puccini. I like very much Puccini.
One Fine Day from Madame Butterfly. That's another role which I think you really made your own. It's also the recording I listen to above all others and recommend people to listen to all the time. I think it would be interesting to talk a little about how you get to know your characters and how you knew how you wanted to sing them. Because, for instance, your Carmen recording, you were never allowed to sing her on stage. Rudolf Bing, who was running the Met, didn't think you could do her. But you knew you could do her.
All these roles I never been to see them. Most of my operas I've done it without seeing the opera before.
Or hearing the opera before.
Hearing the opera. But in these days, I mean, to have a recording, it was so difficult. Today, all the young people, they have all the recordings they want, they copy, and they don't make an effort to make by themselves. If you have never seen an opera, never heard the opera, and only see the manuscript, I mean, or the score, that's the only yourself and the composer. And this makes an excitation of your mind, your intelligence, your creativity, and this becomes more and more year by year. I mean, it's very important not to hear many people.
Because you always have prepared your own roles.
Yes.
Never with a repetitor.
Never. Everything by myself. I still do.
So it must have been maddening then when, with a work like Bizet's Carmen, when you knew that you could sing Carmen, and everybody said, no, Victoria is so nice, she has to sing Micaela.
Yeah, it's a pity. Yeah. And Mr. Bing never wanted, even after the recording. He said, no, I don't see you in Carmen, you must sing Micaela. So I did Micaelas, but I never sang Carmen.
Except on record.
Except on record, yes. But in that moment, I was more Mimi and Butterflies, and I was very sweet Victoria. I was called the sweet Victoria in Metropolitan, so it's true. It was too much of sweet. I was saying, I'm not so sweet as that.
Il vient, s'en va, puis s'il revient. Tu crois le tenir, il t'évite. Tu crois l'éviter, il te tient. Jamais connu de loi, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime.
That was an extraordinary recording, because that is with Sir Thomas Beecham.
Yes.
This is considered by so many people, your recording with Sir Thomas Beecham's, as to be one of the benchmark recordings.
I don't know that. During the recording, if somebody has forgotten a phrase, or we have heard a noise of a chair, so we said to the engineer, we must repeat these things. We made noises. We did. No, impossible, because Mr. Beecham is going to be upset and he will leave. So I did Seguidilla, and Sir Thomas Beecham was saying, wonderful. So it was wonderful. And I said, no, but I want to repeat. Nobody take care. And I said to the microphone, look, I want to repeat. I say to you that if no repeat, I will leave the studio. And nobody believed it, because I have never done that in my whole life. And so they put green again, boom, and they begin the habanera. And I said, no, I want the Seguidilla. So nothing. I closed the book and I left the studio. So Sir Thomas Beecham, I asked, where is my Carmen? He said, your Carmen is landing now in this moment in Barcelona. So after he heard the tapes, and he said, Victoria was right, everything was wrong, here was a fault, here was a fault. So after, the year after, I saw him in the Abbey Road, and I thought, my God, what kind of a face he's going to give me? He said, oh, my dear Carmen. So he embraced me and said, you were right. So we were very good friends. I loved him very much. And he was a wonderful conductor for Carmen. I think it was very passionate. And in Carmen, it's necessary, this passion all the way through.
Carmen, je suis comme un homme ivre, si je cède, si je me livre, ta promesse, tu la tiendras. Ah, si je t'aime, Carmen, tu m'aimes.
Very passionate recording. Not only Beecham, but also Nicolai Gedda as Don José. I mean, he can barely control himself. He's positively sobbing with desire. Which makes your idea of Carmen as a passionate woman very interesting, because I can't imagine that you would have acted her on stage as the kind of woman you often see, with her skirt up, suggestively rolling a cigarette on her thigh.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it is like that. You go now and you go to see the gypsies. You could see that the women are very proud and very. This vulgarity doesn't go with Carmen. The true personality of a gypsies, inside of them, they are very, very honest. If they love a man, they are very faithful to this man and with very profound love. But it's nothing to do with vulgarity of showing la poitrine, showing everything.
The chest and everything.
I mean, there's nothing to do with that.
It's interesting how people expected it.
Yeah, because it has been done many times like that. With the young people want to make exhibition, and it's very easy to do a Carmen like that. I mean, the Carmen like that with a wonderful body and a wonderful presence. It is very easy, and it is a pity that they go by this side of it. You must look for the other side to preserve the honesty, authenticity of love.
About the roles that you played, it's amazing how many of your parts are actually Spanish ladies. Rosina and the Barber,
yeah.
Carmen, of course, The Countess in Figaro, Donna Anna.
No, I enjoyed the barber as a person or a character.
But she's terrific fun, Rosina, in The Barber, isn't she?
Oh, yeah,
she's a naughty girl.
Oh, yeah. She's very amusing. She's a wonderful part.
Because The Barber of Seville is an opera which we don't really hear correctly, do we? I mean, there's so much of singer's business. Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's always been very well known by coloratura sopranos, that they do a lot of cadenzas and change notes like that. And what I learned is original. This is written original. And I learned it in 15 days. In one summer, I was relaxing and somebody of the EMI came here to Barcelona and said, we like very much if you can do Barber of Seville. I said, well, I don't know, just the Barber of Seville. And I have my holidays. And so I insisted very much and I learned in 15 days.
With Rosina, we've moved to a very different character. What a naughty girl she is, and very different from the other people you sang. How do you describe them? Sweet, tender, romantic? But as you said, your recording company asked you to learn the part. I wonder, did that happen often? Were there roles that you had to learn to make a career with your kind of lyric soprano voice, roles that people would expect you to have in your repertoire that perhaps you didn't have much feeling for?
No. I think I am one of these persons to whom circumstances have acted. I have not asked very much from life. I have had too many things from life that have come. I have been in peace with myself always and very sincere about doing things. So for me it has been very simple. I think simplicity and natural and to be truthful. I have searched out my life to be that.
But they're quite complicated girls you sang.
Well, I suppose that if you go in a character, you put something of yourself, not only yourself that have you exercised during your life, you also imagine and the surroundings when you are in the stage. I mean, you are with the makeup, with the dress, with other colleagues, and you are making up something. And this creativity is instantly, I mean, in this moment, but takes a lot from yourself, your interior, how you are in reality. But something sometimes that, some things that you have never had in your life, you have in that character that you are portraying in that moment. And it is a realization of yourself. And it becomes something very moving, very interesting, and very disappointing when the curtain goes down, because suddenly you miss this character you were portraying during the whole night.
Pack up, take the makeup off. And go
Yeah,
home.
that's it. And you are again Victoria.